Good morning, students. My name is Mohit Kumar, and I am your chemistry teacher. Chemistry is a very new subject for all of you because it is introduced for the very first time. And students, this is going to be your book for chemistry class 6. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's study our chapter number 1, Introduction to Chemistry. So students, before we study about chemistry, we need to make our concept of science very clear. See, if I ask you, what do you know about science? You simply will say, sir, we have studied science as a subject in our previous class. But that is not science, okay? We need to understand what science is and how has it been changed or been evolved since early time, or how is it useful for us. Understand? So we need the answers of these questions. That is why before we move on to study chemistry, we need to study science. See students, man from the very beginning, from the early ages, has always been very curious about what's happening in the surrounding, about what are the natural phenomena. So what happened? The early man started observing the natural phenomena very carefully. They started observing how the sun is rising, how the sun is getting set, how the plants are growing, etc. So when they observed everything, out of their observations, they made certain conclusions. All right, students. Out of their observations, they made certain conclusions, and these conclusions further led to the discovery of new ideas and concepts. And this discovery of new ideas and concepts were given the term science. Now the discovery of not of the early men, but all the discoveries till date are termed as science. So this is what science is. See, we will take some examples from the how our science is, how our science has evolved. We need to study the evolution of science. Evolution of science. See, if I ask you, if you are walking down the street and there is a dog barking at you, what would you do? You have two possibilities. Either you will run away, or you would use a stick or a stone to scare the dog away, right? And now if you see, the initial use of this stick was not to scare the dog away. The use of this stick was something different, right? But we have discovered one more use, that we can use it as a weapon. Similarly, early man also discovered a use of stick and stone. So what they did, they made a tool out of this stick and stone. They used the stick and stone and made a tool. Okay, students, a stick plus tool, they made a tool. And what that tool was called? The tool was called hammer. And now when they were making this tool, they would have used stones together, right? So when the stones were used together, they would have collided in this way with each other. And when the stones were collided, what happened? There generated a spark of fire. Understood? A spark of fire. And that is how the discovery of fire took place, or the how this is how the invention of fire was done. Now, if you see in our home, we eat cooked food, right? But at that time, this was not the case, because at that time there were no stoves, there were no LPG gas. So what they did, they would just simply hunt the animals down, and then they would eat that animal up. But now what we do, this is because of the science, that we have the LPG gas in our kitchens, and we can cook the food and then we can eat it. But this was not the case with the early men. Similarly, what happened? See, if I ask you to eat an apple, what would you do? You simply not eat the whole of the apple in one go, right? What would you do? You would take the apple, you would eat it, and the inner part of the apple you would just throw it in the dustbin. But at that time there were no dustbins, so what they did, they threw the seeds or the inner part of apple simply on the ground. And now then they noticed that the seeds sprouted, they got germinated, and then they developed into plants. And after a time, after years, then those plants developed into trees. That is how the concept of farming came into existence. Alright, students. So now if you see what's happening is that the scientific knowledge is getting transferred from one generation to the other generation. The topic that I am explaining you today was taught to me by my teachers, and now I am giving the same knowledge to you. So what's happening? The scientific knowledge is getting transferred from one generation to the other, and this is what has always been happening. From the early man till today, the scientific knowledge has always been transferred to us. And this collective knowledge of science resulted, or we can say, this collective knowledge of science has given the advanced science, the rise of advanced science. The advanced science that we have today is because of the passage of that scientific knowledge from one generation to other, and today we have the advanced science. So now if we conclude out of all the examples that I have given you of the early man, and if we have to conclude one short simple definition of science, what we can say, it is also given in your book. Science is the systematic ongoing effort by human beings to study, understand and utilize nature for meaningful purposes. Understood? Science is not just a previous discovery or a discovery of today. It has always been happening, and we are doing it for utilizing the natural resources for our betterment. Alright, students? So this is all about science, and this is all about science, and I will see you in the next class. In the next class, we will study about the chemistry. So I assume that I have made you the concept of science very clear to you now. This is what the meaning of science is. This is how the science has evolved, and later we will study the uses of science in this chapter. So till the next time, bye, take care.